If you are a person like me, I've always been curious to find out why did the United States of America decide to invade Afghanistan. To most people, the whole issue of Afghanistan probably began in the 2000s. But in reality, the whole issue of Afghanistan began in the 1950s, where the Soviet Union and the United States of America were kind of wanted to attack each other, but there's that relationship where you kind of have some equal powers. So if you attack the other, you are not sure if you are going to win. And that's why the Soviet Union kind of used the proxy war, that's Afghanistan, and at the same time, the US used that same proxy war. So in the United States, they were kind of funding some organizations in the Afghanistan, where the Soviet Union decided to invade that Afghanistan. But with the time, they kind of made an agreement. That's the Soviet Union and the United States of America. The Soviet Union were to leave Afghanistan, which they did. At the same time, the United States of America were to stop funding organizations which were in Afghanistan. But as usual, the United States of America never ever keeps promises. So they continued funding these organizations. So at some point, a civil war erupted in the Afghanistan, and in the 2000s, more especially when 9/11 happened, the United States of America decided to invade Afghanistan. Who were they after? They were after Osama bin Laden. So Afghanistan, those people who were in power, decided or promised to hand over Osama bin Laden, such that the United States of America could stop invading Afghanistan. But you may wonder, why did the United States of America then decide to go ahead and invade Afghanistan? You know, the United States of America is that military power which wants to spread its freedom and democracy to whichever country which they are kind of interested in. But that's not really the sense. The United States of America want to build its military power or prop up governments which sing the United States anthem to everything which the United States of America decides to sing to them, they dance. So the United States of America went ahead and invaded Afghanistan. So after they invaded Afghanistan, as usual, they bombed every city within the Afghanistan. And those who were in power, they kind of failed so quickly. So after they failed so quickly, then there was kind of a power vacuum in Afghanistan. And this led to insurgence of some groups, while the Taliban kind of moved into some mountains, into some forests there, where they kind of keep calm. Because they were kind of destroyed, they didn't have any superiority which they could have kind of resisted against the invasion of the United States of America. So it's kind of so weird. Why do the United States of America want to put its military power in places which they're kind of interested in? I tend to believe it's because the United States of America is kind of that individual who is guilty that he may be attacked by his enemies. But if you go and do your own research and find out who created these enemies, the truth is it's the United States of America which created most of these enemies. So it's kind of guilty that those people they killed, those orphans they left behind, may kind of go and revenge, which to some extent is kind of true, and that's why they kind of want to put military power at any place, anywhere which they are kind of invited, or to those puppets who sing to their own anthem. So that's kind of my know-how of why the United States of America invaded Afghanistan, and you kind of saw how they got out of Afghanistan, where they kind of betrayed those individuals who were giving them some information about their Taliban, and they kind of left Afghanistan after like some 20 years, which they came out with nothing, but only destroyed a country which probably it was in a good condition, even if it had its own problem. So my name has been Monsieur Augustine. If you haven't subscribed, just subscribe. See you in my next one.